Hey, you're a financial firefighter, Marco Sherrill. Today, what I want to talk to you about is why more people don't get in the real estate investing game. So, before we start though, let me remind you, I do work for the Honolulu Fire Department. I do work for RE/MAX Honolulu. All the ideas, topics discussed on this channel are on my own. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to hopefully help you get started in your out-of-state real estate investing journey. So, let me also remind you, please like, subscribe, comment, so I can help grow this channel and help reach more people to hopefully reach their financial freedom. So for those of you that may not know, I've been helping some friends get started in out-of-state real estate investing. So I have helped about 4 people now that have closed on properties, all about 2 to 4 properties each. And I have a 5th person that I'm helping that's in contract for one, and hopefully she closes shortly. But the one thing I notice is that most of these people have kind of the same, they say the same thing, right? They understand now why more people don't go this route. You know, that real estate investing is a lot of work in the beginning. It is a lot of work. You know, it's talking to lenders, talking to realtors, you know, looking at appraisals, looking at inspection reports, trying to figure out what's the best route to go and if this property makes sense, you know, and getting funding for it. So the one common thing is that all of these people that I've helped is that they now realize that it's not as easy as a lot of people say. But the one thing that they do say is that they realize that this is worth it. Like, they realize that this makes sense and this is the better way to go about your retirement plan. So they realize that it is more work that they anticipated, but they also realize that this is why most people don't go this route. You know, the traditional plan of just putting money in your 401k or putting it in Roth accounts or putting it in your deferred comp. This is the easier way to do it, right? It comes out of your paycheck. You don't really think about it. Someone else is handling it for you. But getting into out-of-state real estate investing, even if it's you go through a turnkey provider, and a turnkey provider is someone that kind of has everything set up for you. They have their own lenders, they have property management, they have renovated properties. Even going that route, it is some work. You know, it is work. It's not just hands off. One thing that I noticed is that there's different mindsets out there. So for me, I have to realize that not everyone is like me. I'm the type of person that if I see something, if I have a goal, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna go all for it, and that's my mindset. And I saw the benefits of real estate, and I went all in. Like I said, I took money and closed down retirement accounts. I sold stocks. I took things out and I went all in. You know, I 1031 a condo in Hawaii to get properties out of state. So I went all in, and I have to realize sometimes, you know, that not everyone is like me. Not everyone has that mindset. Some of these people that I'm helping, they want to just get their foot wet and they want to get started. And I think that's the thing that I have to remember too, is that some people are gonna do it to like a trial basis and see if this makes sense for them. And I think that's also something that I can learn from, because like I try to help these people. I don't want them making the same mistakes that I did. And like I said in other videos, I think that was one of my biggest mistakes, is that I went too fast and I tried to scale too fast. So it actually has slowed me down, because right now, you know, I'm trying to build up more reserves. I'm still paying for some expenses, renovations that I had to do. And I had a lot of taxes to pay because I had the penalties that I had to pay for taking out of my retirement accounts. And I thought that, you know, I would have had more cash flow coming in now to cover some of these expenses. However, like Michael Zuber likes to say, at one rental at a time, is that problems are going to happen. right? And problems will happen, and it's just how you figure it out, and that's going to determine your success in this journey of real estate investing, is how you handle these problems, because they're going to happen, right? But you have a problem, now you just got to figure out a solution for it. So, you're going to have to come up with solutions and figure it out, and that's how you get better in this game, right? When the problems happen, you just got to figure out a solution. Another issue that I see is that when people first get started, it's very easy to compare yourself to other people. Like for example, like another channel that I highly recommend, Dion Talk. He has the same amount of doors as I do, roughly. I believe he has 14 to 16 doors, somewhere in that area, and I have 14 doors or rental properties. However, I don't know his exact numbers, but he probably makes double to maybe even triple of what I bring in, right? We have the same amount of units, however, his cash flow is much greater. However, I just started, in the past few years, and he's been doing this for probably 10 to 12 years. So that's something that can be very, very frustrating for some people, is when you look at what, you're doing, and you're comparing yourself to someone who's been doing this for many, many years, right? So that's why you also got to realize that, that this is a slow process, right? Like they always say, real estate is not a get rich quick play, it's a get wealthy for sure, right? So another thing important is that it's about time in the market, right? So like I was mentioning, Dion from Financial Talk, he has been in the market for a lot longer than I have been. So his properties, he has more cash flow to them because of how he's handled his portfolio, right? So that's something you also look at, is time in the market, right? And that's why all these people talking about doom and gloom, right? We don't want to listen to that. We want to block that out, right? If we can find deals now, right, that cash flow from day one, we want time in the market, right? Time in the market is super, super critical. Whether it's stocks you're doing, whether it's any type of investment, right? It's time in the market, right? Not timing the market, right? So if we're gonna go into an investment strategy, that's what we want to do, right? We want to be in the market long enough for our assets to get appreciation and build more wealth that way, right? So time in the market is super, super critical. So hopefully, maybe I can get one of my friends that I've helped get started in real estate investing. Hopefully I can get them on my channel and I can have a discussion with them and kind of get their thoughts on what they think, how the process has gone and what they've learned so far and what they see. And just so you can have a fresh idea of someone who's kind of recently did it as far as closing on a transaction, and just kind of the learning curve that they're going through right now. Like I said, this is a whole different world that you don't realize that this is not like buying a home or your primary residence. I mean, like I said, that's what I thought, right? You just go to a bank, get your financing, but there's a whole different real estate world out there for investors, and it's super eye-opening. And you realize like that is why a lot of these wealthy families, these wealthy people, that's how they do it, right? Their kids learn this process, and that's how they build their wealth. And I think that's been super eye-opening for all these individuals that I've helped. And that's something, they're also doing this to help their kids, right? They want to build a legacy and leave assets for their kids to benefit from. And they also want to kind of maybe teach them the process of investing. So one of my retired captains who I helped, he's actually an escrow on his third property. His son is getting super interested in what his dad is doing, and he has all these questions for him, and it's super exciting to see that his kid is taking a liking to what his dad is doing. And the dad is, he has a great retirement pension, but the dad is doing this for his kids, though. He wants to leave them these assets, and he also wants to make sure that this is something that they can benefit from. And I think that's another common thing, is that the people that I'm helping, a lot of them they realize that this is something that they can leave for their children to benefit from, and hopefully their children's children, that can benefit from. So, I love helping people. I'm glad I got other people on this process. I know sometimes they probably want to kill me, because, the thing is not, like I said, it's not as easy as it seems, or as easy as some people make. It is a little bit of work, and it is some headaches at times. But that's why you want to get in with a good community and get in with a good networking of people that you can bounce ideas and bounce problems off of, and we can hopefully come up with a solution to figure out your problems. But that's what it is, right? I mean, it's definitely work in the beginning, but like another great thing Dion likes to bring up is that in the beginning, when your portfolio is a lot smaller, every problem, every expense, it seems like it's your expense, right? It's coming out of your pocket, right? You have to pay for these repairs. But as you grow your portfolio, as your portfolio gets a little bit bigger, now when you have expenses or when you have problems, it's almost like your portfolio or your tenants are paying for these expenses or repairs, right? So your portfolio covers all these expenses you might have. So in the beginning, yes, it's challenging. Everything feels like it's coming out of your pocket. Everything feels like it's your expense, right? But as your portfolio grows, then these problems and issues, it kind of feels like the portfolio now is taking care of these expenses that come up. So keep that in mind. Like I said, time in the market is super important. We can't time the market, but if we can have time in the market, then that's how we're going to benefit from this. So yeah, hopefully one of my friends will step up to the plate and get on the channel, and hopefully I can interview them. But I don't know, that's going to be a long shot. But until like I said, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing. Hopefully these videos have been super helpful. And if you have any questions, or reach out to me. I'm here to help. I love talking about real estate, and there's tons of people that I haven't seen in years, talked to in years, are reaching out to me on social media and just asking me some questions and picking my brain. But definitely, if you have any questions, reach out to me. But like I said, just trust the process. And until my next video, just keep looking for those deals.